Guys, AHS here. This gonna be a classic video. It gonna be a big titty hole video. Just because a chick got BBL, it don't mean she a hoe. Absolutely not. But she got big titties. Big titty hole, big titty hole, big titty hole. So this video is about Shaquille O'Neal's cousin. He got arrested for impersonating a police officer. Who wanna impersonate this dude? Or these guys? Not me, but I guess it's wrong to be a good police officer. So let's watch the clip, and this is why Shaquille O'Neal's cousin is leading the charge to defund the police.
Of the year arrested for impersonating a law enforcement officer has bonded out of jail. Karlton Johnson is a decorated leader in Broward County. Most recently, he served as principal of Cypress Run Educational Center. Good evening, I'm Elliot Rodriguez.
And I'm Lauren Pastrana. Thank you for joining us. CBS News Miami's Chelsea Jones is live in Fort Lauderdale with what we know about him. Chelsea?
Well, Elliot and Lauren, I talked to someone who knows Karlton Johnson well and says that he helped their kid get into college, and overall he's a great guy. Of course, this happened off camera, but tonight, Karlton Johnson was silent as he left jail. Karlton Johnson answering no questions as he walked out of the Broward County Jail.
I said, when you walk, you're going to know that it's changed. There's a new principal in the house. There's a new leader.
Most recently, Johnson was the principal at Cypress Run Education Center. Tuesday, he was arrested.
Mr. Johnson, you are charged with impersonating a law enforcement officer.
I asked his attorney about the allegation.
I think everybody knows that he's not.
Wednesday, Johnson went before a judge after Florida Highway Patrol pulled him over for driving with an altered license plate. After approaching the vehicle, FHP says Johnson repeatedly told the officer he was a Broward Sheriff's Office deputy. When asked in what capacity, Johnson allegedly said he was a reserve deputy and Shaquille O'Neal's cousin. Police say when Johnson was asked if he was a full-time deputy, he responded no. And when asked if he was a sworn officer, he said no. Once FHP confirmed that he was not, in fact, an officer, he was arrested.
Yeah, well, I don't think that once all of the evidence is brought out, I'm confident that Mr. Johnson will not only be acquitted, but I believe that he'll be vindicated.
We went from D to a C my second year. And my third year, we was in A school.
Johnson is a decorated educator. He served as principal of Blanche Ely High School for 16 years. In 2016, he was named Principal of the Year. Broward Public Schools credits him with raising the graduation rate to 90% while under his leadership.
Judge, my understanding is Mr. Johnson, he's been residing here for over 35 years. At this time, he is not working. He lives in Miramar with his fiance.
Broward County Public Schools says Johnson will be reassigned pending the outcome of a law enforcement investigation. The assistant principal at Cypress Run Education Center will assume responsibility of the school. We're live in Fort Lauderdale tonight. I'm Chelsea Jones, CBS News, Miami.
Guys, y'all see I went online on my BBC where I said, big titty ho, big titty ho. I don't want to lose my BBC status. Can't get no white girls if you don't have a BBC. The police, the highway patrol, they just mad because they can't or they won't be arresting 90% of his students. The other 10%, they can get them, but they won't be getting 90% of that dude's student.
We went from D to a C my second year. And my third year, we was in A school.
Johnson is a decorated educator. He served as principal of Blanche Ely High School for 16 years. In 2016, he was named Principal of the Year. Broward Public Schools credits him with raising the graduation rate to 90% while under his leadership.
They say dude is a decorated principal. He's a good principal. Free Joe Clark. Nah. Free Karlton Johnson. He's a good one. Free that brother. Joe Clark, he will be coming home as soon as he fired fake ass Johnny Cochran. Debo, that's a female. Johnny Cochran. Fake ass Johnny Cochran. You're not supposed to convict your client in the media. Let's go to the clip, and we'll come back and do some more chopping.
Posing as a police officer.
It's all because of something officials say he said during a traffic stop. The night team's Nicole and Salata live at the school where the suspect works in Pompano Beach. Nicole. Well, we are at Cypress Run Education Center, and Dr. Karlton Johnson, has had a stellar career so far. You'll see a little bit of that in a promotional video that we've included in our story. You'll see that in a moment. But now it does look like one traffic stop is going to call all of that into question.
Do you have any comment at all? You just like to respond to what law enforcement is saying?
It's a jarring dichotomy. A 58-year-old man bonding out of jail, making no comment, accused of impersonating a police officer.
Resiliency, determination, and self-image.
And here he is again, Karlton Johnson, now principal of Cypress Run Educational Center, but back in 2016 named Principal of the Year while at Blanche Ely High School in Pompano Beach. He helped turn it into an A school, earned a doctorate, and was named one of Broward's 50 most powerful leaders.
When I first arrived, I wasn't pleased with the performance academically of the students. The enrollment was steadily declining. And I just had to switch roles, taking a look at the data. Giving students the empowerment to identify what high quality of instructions look like.
But on Wednesday,
Mr. Johnson, you are charged with impersonating a law enforcement officer.
He appeared before a judge. The Florida Highway Patrol says he was stopped on the turnpike near Davie Tuesday for having an altered license plate, and that the trooper heard the driver state, "I am an officer, I am an officer." The arrest report goes on to say he then stated he was a reserve deputy and that he was Shaquille O'Neal's cousin. It's unclear if that's true, but according to this picture on Facebook, they've definitely met. His attorney says it's all a misunderstanding.
Sometimes people, when they're in a situation, they do things, but it's not intended to be criminal or anything that's improper. I think it's something that'll work out favorably.
He has been reassigned by the school district until the investigation is complete, and impersonating a police officer is a felony. Reporting live in Pompano Beach tonight, Nicole Ensalada, 7 News 19.
Nicole Ensalada? Why are you trying to convict the brother? Let him have his day in court so we know who was not in the 90% of students that graduated from Buddy High School. Nicole Ensalada? She was in the 10% and she is still salty.
Suspect works in Pompano Beach. Nicole. Well, we are at Cypress Run Education Center, and Dr. Karlton Johnson, has had a stellar career so far. You'll see a little bit of that in a promotional video that we've included in our story. You'll see that in a moment. But now it does look like one traffic stop is going to call all of that into question.
That is absolutely Shaq's cousin. Shaq only take pictures with hoes and his family members. Hoes and his family member. I hope dude beat the case. We need more officers like that on the police force, and the less of the Eric Chauvins, dirty cops, and those Memphis bastards. Just because they're black, they ain't like us. So hopefully dude beats his case and do no jail time, and he's home for Thanksgiving at Big Shaq house. So folks, like the video and give me your friggin' opinion.